What is up, everyone? This is OTBN365. Jeff is back. Jeff from Jeff Needs Sports. It's good to see you. It's good to hear from you again. Good to talk to you again. Had a long, no, oh, sorry about that. Let's say I'm completely out of practice already. You see what happens? You take a few days off, enjoy the holiday weekend, and you're back to you decline back to rookie level. No, I had a great holiday weekend. Took some time off. Took a camping trip / disc golf trip. Again, if you haven't disc golf, then I don't know if you're lucky because you don't need that addiction in your life, or if you're missing out. I can't tell yet. But my 46-year-old shoulder / bicep area would say I don't know how good of a decision it is, but it's a blast. Had a lot of fun. Hung out with a lot of friends. So I hope everybody got to have as much fun over the holiday weekend as I did. It was good. It was a needed break, a refreshed. A lot happened while I was gone. So we'll get into that. But mostly, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the participation over the last few weeks. Things are going great over here. And remember, go check out everybody over at offtheballnetwork.com. Got a ton of stuff going on right now with the NBA finals coming up, hockey stuff. You got your summertime, you got the soccer, you got the French Open is going on right now. Great sporting event. I've loved since I was a kid. Kind of got me into tennis. That's in the quarterfinals. That's a really, really fun event. And college basketball. We got the NBA draft coverage. We got a lot of that going on. So please check out all the guys at offtheballnetwork.com. So let's get into it. The biggest thing that's happened since I've seen you last is that we have an NBA Finals matchup. It seems like a year ago, but it was about 4 days ago. The Golden State Warriors finished off the Dallas Mavericks to clinch their spot. That wasn't. We'll get into both series. That wasn't much of a series. There was one. Everybody knew that one Game 3 was a fluke, whatever. It was kind of like, let's just get on with it. It was, we got to see, I guess if you want to take anything away from the series for the Mavericks, we got to see some of Doncic's potential and, what the future could look like. But really, this was about, could this Golden State Warriors dynasty make, I won't say just say one more run, but it's been, Golden State hasn't been there in 3 years. They haven't been in the finals since 2019. It's not like this is, just par for the course. This is a big deal. It's a dynasty that's been, going on. They won their first championship in 2015, I believe. Yeah. So it's been a minute. So good for them. And then, of course, if anybody got to watch Sunday night, amazing. Or what? I won't say it amazing. The Boston Celtics beat the Miami Heat. It came right down to the last shot. Nobody knows why. Boston really had that game in hand down to like the last 2 minutes of the game. It was wild. Neither of these series were good, so to speak. The Boston Miami played one of the worst 7-game series that you can play. I have no idea. There wasn't one great game out of the 7, even though we always look for a 7-game series. There wasn't one great game. I mean, everybody agrees. But it got exciting there at the end Sunday night. But I think both these series, the right team won. Golden State should be there for sure. They were the best team in the Western Conference in the playoffs, and the Celtics were the best team in the Eastern Conference in the playoffs. Though I had no problem with Miami getting there. I mean, I would have said they deserve it if they pull out those games. They're not a better team than Boston. And to me, this is clearly the best matchup that we could have got, even though the conference finals were a bit of a letdown. We need a good finals. NBA fans, like, again, the playoffs were going so great, and the conference finals were just like, I don't know how to say it there, but a bit of a letdown, especially for people like me, wackos that, watch these games and live by these games every night. It was tough. You're like, it felt like work, to get through some of them, but that doesn't matter. Thursday night, it kicks off. The convenient time for us East Coasters at like 9 p.m. It's rough, but they stretch these finals out. It takes like 2 weeks to play them if they go all the way. So you still able to squeeze some sleep in there. So basically, I'll do some more in-depth preview the next couple days over this. But basically, what this boils down to, this is a dynasty versus the future. Like, Golden State wins this because I think a lot of things gets overlooked about this Golden State run. They've only beat the Cleveland Cavaliers to win championships. Yes, they won 3 championships out of 5 finals. That's awesome. They were all against the same team. So that is a bit of and they were against LeBron James, one of the true greats of all time, and I understand that. But those Cavs teams weren't super dominant Eastern Conference teams. That's just the facts. They were good, but they weren't great. And that's the only team. When Golden State played Toronto, they lost to Toronto in 19. So I think Golden State, first of all, having the 3-year gap, and then if they could win another one, would lengthen that legacy and really puts them up there with like the Spurs, even the Bulls in the 90s, where it was spread out a little bit and they won all the championships. And I think they need to beat another team. Like if they lose another finals, it's going to be, okay, you beat the Cavaliers 3 times, then you lost to every other Eastern Conference team you played. That's not going to look great on the resume. It's just the truth. That's the narratives. And then the other side of it, this is Boston's chance. They've got they're going for their 18th championship as a franchise, which is amazing. They could take the lead from the Lakers. I think that's a big deal. But could this be the beginning of Boston? Because their young core, we talk about enough. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they both. It was amazing about these two. They almost had identical averages through the Eastern Conference Finals. They both basically averaged 25.7 rebounds. They are a true star tandem on this team. You don't have a ton of true equal tandems in the NBA. It's really cool. But could these guys be starting something special? I mean, Tatum's I want to say 25 years old. We all joke around. It seems like Tatum's still 19 years old because he's been around so long, but he's so young. But this could be a 10-year run to where they win 4 championships. So could this be the beginning of another Boston dynasty? It's possible. So that's what this is about. Steph Curry's playing great right now. So this isn't like the tail end of the Golden State run to where they're hanging on, by a string and they're going to get blown out by the Celtics. I don't think so. Steph's playing good. Draymond's playing pretty good. Jordan Poole, Looney, those guys, have stepped up. So this isn't a young versus old, but I do believe it's a dynasty versus the future. It's going to be fun. But the good news is I think we got the best teams in it. It's going to stretch out. It's good for people like me. I've got time to talk about it, and I've also got time to get some sleep in between. But it could be a good series. And again, I'm sure we'll do a finals preview couple here in the next couple days. NHL playoffs. I've not got to watch as much as I normally do, which is about 5 minutes a night. Things went good. Rangers, Lightning are come out of the East. Rangers won a Game 7 Monday night. Over Carolina, I believe. Here's what I know. This is my hockey take of the day. New York City really likes the New York Rangers, and it's going to be wild. They play in Madison Square Garden. They got a chance for another title. That town, could use a title. They want to win championships. They don't win as much as they would like compared to how many teams they have. But hey, that's it. It's a chance of another one. So the Rangers and Lightning in the East, Oilers and Avalanche in the West. I'm still leaning on my Avalanche. I have no idea, what's going to happen in this series, but the Battle of Canada, Oilers pulled out. So it's Oilers and Avalanche in the West, Rangers and Lightning in the East. They're going to be good. One, if not both, are going to go to Game 7. I know I keep promising that, but it's going to happen. Hockey will. They'll hold up their end of the bargain. It's going to be wild. It looks like a pretty good matchup. I always like to look at the Final Four and look at the combinations, whether it's Oilers, versus Lightning, or Avalanche versus Rangers, I think is the matchup that the public wants. That seems like the more glamorous matchup, the one that more people can latch onto. But I'm not saying that any other combination is bad. But I want Rangers Avalanche as a matchup. I think that'll be fun, and I think that'll be a give us a lot to talk about. So, yeah, so that's it. It was a big weekend of disc golf, basketball, hockey. The French Open's kicking right now. I love the French Open. That's what got me, started. That's what got me into tennis in the first place. You get out of school for the summer. It wasn't I know, we had cable TV and stuff. Wasn't a ton of sports on. So during the day, the French Open is on, and that was to age myself, that's back when Andre Agassi, Michael Chen, these guys were playing. Sampras was still kicking it. What's Monica Seles, players like that, So I just remember being out of school and spending, a few hours watching these tennis matches. I love the clay. And, I learned about tennis. That's how I learned about tennis and got into it. I still like the sports. Me and my wife still play to this day. So French Open always has a special place in my heart when it's on. I watch them over the weekend. It just brings back memories. And I still love watching the tournament. So, got that going on right now. So, hey, that's it, everybody. I appreciate, again, click the subscribe buttons, the like buttons, ratings, anything you can do for us is awesome over here at Off the Ball Network. And we appreciate it. So that's it for Tuesday, May 31st, the last day of May 2022. We will be back soon. I'm Jeff, and I'm out. Thanks, everyone.